Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, it's a couple of days from my mom's birthday. Actually, by the time you watch this video, my mom's birthday will be a week in the past. But from my perspective, her birthday is about 4 days out. And I've decided I wanted to do something that I've done a few times before. Let me explain. When my father passed away, I inherited an enormous photograph collection from him. Both digital images and physical photographs, as well as some negatives and stuff like that. And from time to time, what I'll do is I'll find one of these pictures of my dad and my mom having fun together, doing something when he was alive, and I'll make her a nice photograph of it and put it in a nice frame and send it to her. And I think I want to do that again. I found 4 candidates. I haven't decided which one or two, I'll explain that in a second, I'm going to use. But like I said, I've narrowed it down to 4 candidates. So these are the 4 photographs I'm looking at. See, part of the problem with my dad is he was always the one taking the pictures, so there aren't a whole lot of photos in this collection of him. So you have to kind of sometimes look a little bit to find one. But I found these 4 candidates, and we'll use them all at some point because they're good photos and they show my parents, having a good time and enjoying themselves. But I think it's going to be between these 4 photographs. Now, what I'm thinking is if I choose one of these 2 photographs, I'm going to frame that as an 8x10. But if I do one of these, I'm actually going to do both of these. I'm going to do them as a set, and I'll put those in like 5x7 frames. So it's all going to basically depend on the frames I get. Now, a lot of times I go to like Walmart and buy some cheap Chinese made frames that they sell there. I want to try and find something a little different, a little interesting and kind of cool. So what I think I want to do today is I'm going to take a trip to a couple of places in town that might just have some quirky, funny, whimsical kinds of frames. I'm going to go over to Spice Village. I've been there a bunch of times. It's possible they might have something. I'm also going to go over to the Magnolia Silos because they might have something cool too. If that doesn't work, maybe we'll go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something like that. But first choice would be either Spice Village or the Silos. So let's go over there and see what we can find. Now the frame, or frames as the case may be decided by, maybe I can only find one frame. So if I can only find one, then it'll have to be one of the 8x10s. But hopefully I can find 2 of the same thing that are kind of fun, kind of interesting, and will work with the 5x7s. Because I think I really like the 5x7s, the 2 pictures of my parents in the stockades, because I think those are just really fun pictures, and I think it'll put a smile on my mom's face when she sees them. All right, so I'm back from my visit to Spice Village and the Silos. I didn't really find anything there that caught my attention. I was really kind of hoping that Spice Village might have something because they seem to have a little of everything, but just didn't really see anything that caught my attention there. I did go to Michael's and I found these, and these are a little bit higher quality frames than I usually get when I go to like Walmart or Target or something like that. It's just sometimes a little bit higher quality stuff you can get at places like this. So I found these 2 5x7 frames, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make photographs of those pictures of my parents in the stockades. And I think, like I said, I think that'll put a smile on my mom's face when she sees them. So the first thing that means is I need to frame up some of these pictures. Let's get rid of the 2 we're not going to use. And I need to reformat these as 5x7s. And that'll be a little cropping, a little bit getting rid of some of it so it fits properly in the frame. But I think that'll be pretty easy to do, and we'll get that all set up. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, I've spent a little bit of time. I've got this cropped up real well, got the images looking pretty good together, and they're ready to go at this point. What I've done is actually, since they're 5x7s, and I'm going to print it on one 8.5x11 sheet of paper, I can put both of them on the same page. So I've actually formatted the frame for an 8.5x11 sheet of paper, and then to put the 2 5x7s on the same page. Now all I got to do is print one image, and we're going to get both of them. So I'll show you what that looks like. This is going to look great. So what you have to do in order to get this to work on the photographic paper is you have to choose, you have to reconfigure the printer in order to handle all this. So we're not just going to be printing on plain paper, we're going to be printing on premium photo glossy paper. Full color, 8.5 by 11, high quality, and away we go. All right, the photos are done. It took a little longer than I expected because when I started this project, I know that I had a couple of toner cartridges that were low. And in fact, I went and bought some new toner cartridges because I figured I might probably need them during this project. But I thought I could maybe get the one page out, but the printer wasn't having any of it. It said, no, you need a new toner cartridge. And then when I got into the middle of changing the toner cartridge, it said, hey, by the way, there's a new firmware upgrade for the printer also. And they recommended I did that, so I did the firmware upgrade. And it took about 30 minutes, but we finally got the picture out, and I think that's going to look pretty good. I'm going to cut those up into 5x7s, put them in the frame, and I'll show you what that looks like. And there they are. There's the two final photos. I think my mom's gonna really get a kick out of these because she'll put them next to each other, and that'll be a great memory from them many years ago when they were traveling and having a good time together. So I think my mom will really get a kick out of this. I think it turned out pretty well. It's amazing how easy it is to do this kind of stuff with just the moderate amount of an expense. Yeah, you got to have your own printer. And you got to buy the the toner cartridges, and you got to buy the premium paper and stuff like that. But once you get going on it, I mean, I got a big pack of the premium paper. I got the printer, so you know, at this point, it's, you know, maybe a couple bucks a piece plus the cost of the frames. That turned out great. That's gonna be a great gift, right? I think my mom's gonna love this. So anyway, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.